Here's to our country markets, to the moms and the pops, to the 3 generations strong, to the lifeblood of our communities, for prepping our meals and lending a hand through the good times and challenging times.
I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time.
Thank you for always being there for us. Your friends at G-Stone Motors.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans. You guys are out there. I'm laughing because, well, it's Tuesday night, and it's the best night, not just because it's the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series presented by the 802 iRacing League. It's because of all you race fans out there tuning in. You see Tyler out there talking to Justin throwing some love up. Hey, race fans, I'm ready. I don't know if you can already tell. The whole intro was busted and thrown out the window. That's because of you guys. Well, hey, take a look at the Super Dirt Car Series passing points because, well, the heat races are coming up here in just a few moments. There is a dead heat battle at the top. Sam Bachman, 23 points, and Logan Wentz has 22 points on that Super Dirt Car Series heat race passing points. That's a championship we're going to watch all through tonight and next week. Sam Bachman and Dean Reynolds, they're battling at the top of the points championship battle. It's really come down to just Sam Bachman and now Dean Reynolds, separated by just 25 points. 25 points here tonight at Charlotte, and then next week at the Oswego Speedway is all we have, and it's going to be close. Tonight, though, a handful of heat races coming up here, and as I say that, I'm being told we're behind schedule. Get it together. What do you say we head down there, get that G-Stone Motors heat race lineup looking like this? Randall Dixon, car number 11, out of Virginia, going to start P number 1. To the outside, the Van Sickle Electric number 7 of Anthony Roselli will start to the outside of row number 1. He'll start second. Matt Barber from north of the border will start in third. And how about last week's winner? A big win, a first-time win for Scott Rayome in car number 4. He'll start fourth here in heat race number 1. Shane Billings in the number 17 will roll from the 5th starting spot, while how about the 99 of Glenn Sharp will start 6th. Ty Dickinson in car number 67 will roll from the 7th starting spot, and Speedy Brissett in the 03 will roll from the 8th starting spot here tonight. So these drivers, they're ready. There's 8 of them. Looking at it here tonight, race fans, I'm being told we do have enough drivers to go ahead. I believe that I can fly. We're going to run 3 heat races here tonight, and I think we may be able to sneak in a last chance qualifier for all your race fans out there tonight. So welcome here to the dirt track at Charlotte tonight for the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series heat race number 1. You see it out there onto the speedway. 8 laps the distance, top 5 to qualify, straight into the big dance. The big show here is 40 laps when we get to the feature coming up a little bit later on. Here we go. This time out of turn number 4. We're going to set them loose. The green flag coming here. Green flag up here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Heat races underway. Great start there by the inside. That's the 16 of Matt Barber. Contact a little bit farther back. Shane Billings made a little contact with the number 4, Scott Rayome. Also back there in turns 1 and 2, it was Dixon and Roselli who made a little contact. Looks like everybody's able to keep it going. Lap number 1 going to go to the number 11 of Randall Dixon. Uh-oh, one headed to the infield. That is Speedy Brissett. He'll save it, but he's going to lose a ton of ground back there. Alfredo still Dixon, Barber. As you see, Dixon moving the middle groove, or using the middle groove here tonight. Side by side, here comes Barber. Barber looking to see if he can take the race lead away. Just 5 more times around. See the old dreaded bump down the back straightaway of the whoop section starting to make its way into the speedway. 4 to go. There's the battle at the front. All 8 drivers still out there onto the raceway. 8 drivers took the green flag, 5 to qualify. Who's sitting there into that 5th position? Well, it's none other than the number 4 of Scott Rayome, and he's got Ty Dickinson all over the back end of him. That's that number 67 of Dickinson. He's just 1 spot out right now. Gotta try and get around that Full Throttle Motorsports number 4 of Scotty Rayome with 3 laps to go. We're doing it for Dale here in heat race number 1. Dixon, Barber, Roselli, Billings, and Rayome. Right now, as the popsicle sticks are up, it is all the LFM number 11 of Randall Dixon out front, seeing if he can pick up the first heat race here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. He'll see the white silk first, as this time out of 4, the white flag is into the air. White flag is in the air. It's still Dixon, Barber, Roselli, Billings, Rayome. Rayome holding that final spot. Final time down the back straightaway and into 3 and 4. Let's see. Does he have anything left? It is going to go to Randall Dixon. It'll be Dixon, Barber, Roselli, Billings, Rayome, all locking in. Dickinson, Sharp, and Brissett all going to have to go to a last chance qualifier. So the first one in the books, the next one coming up just looking like this here. So the G-Stone Motors heat race number 2 lineup looking like this. He sits 10th in the overall championship points coming into the night. This is going to be car number 20. That is Cody Harris. How about last week's podium finisher, car number 11 of Kelly Wheeler? Believe on my notes they call him the mascot, race fans, the mascot. Interesting one from last week. Starting back into the 3rd position here tonight, car number 39, that'll be Mike Brewer. And also out of Pennsylvania, driving the 2K entry, that'll be Harold Klump. Klump going to start back into the 4th spot with, how about this, the number 28, the Thunder Ridge Racing, number 28 of Jeff Sharp will roll from P number 5, and I believe making his 2nd start of the series here tonight, car number 09, that'll be Ted York. York driving car number 09, starting back in 6th. Starting in 7th here tonight, the number 04 entry, Brandon Garan going to start that car there into the 7th spot, while Clay Christensen in car number 51 will start shotgun to the field. Another 8 drivers, another 5 to qualify straight in. We'll see if we need that LCQ here tonight. We're going to find out once we hit that next heat race that comes out onto the speedway. Who do you have in this one, race fans? Do you have that number 39 maybe from the 2nd row inside? Maybe you got the mascot off the front row. What do you think about Ted York coming from a little bit deeper into the field? Maybe Clay Christopherson has something from back in 8th. Put 8 laps on the board. Let's find out this time. Out of turn number 4 is the white flag was displayed last time, guys. There you go, the green flag. Little contact at the front there. Harris going to give a little hip check to the number 11 of Wheeler. Here comes the 39 of Brewer. Brewer trying to take the Full Throttle Motorsports entry down to the bottom side. 3 wide out of turn number 4. Lap number 1, give it to Mike Brewer. Brewer leading lap number 1. 1 car real close to that Ute tire down there. That was the number 28 of Jeff Sharp. Still 3 wide battle here for the race lead. Brewer down to the bottom side. Harris in the middle. There goes Wheeler right around the outside. He'll lead lap number 2. 2 laps in the books. 2 different leaders here at the dirt track at Charlotte in heat race number 2. Bottom lane looking pretty good, but that time Wheeler going to slip up off the bottom side of the speedway out of turn number 3 and 4. Harris running that middle groove here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. We do expect that groove to move on up maybe late in this feature as you see a little bit of a slider and a crossover move there. 4 to go, and now here comes Cody Harris back down to the bottom side to see if he can get back around the number 39 of Mike Brewer. Not going to do it. He's going to slip a little bit that time. So it'll be Wheeler, Brewer, Harris across the line, Klump, and Christopherson, the top 5. York, Sharp, and Grand right now on the outside looking in, seeing if they can move it. Oh, one into the outside wall down the back straightaway. Car number 2. That was Klump. There's Christopherson trying to capitalize on that as the old popsicle sticks are winding up. It'll be 2 more times around here at the dirt track in Charlotte. Everybody chasing number 11 of Kelly Wheeler out front. Wheeler, Brewer, Harris, Klump, Christopherson, the top 5. That's the battle. Those are the drivers you're watching for as the white silk is up. It'll be one final time around the half mile here at the track at Charlotte. Uh-oh, problems. Harold from the transfer spot bumped out. There goes Sharp right around the outside. Going to be a drag race here to the line. Give it to Kelly Wheeler. Wheeler, Brewer, Harris, Sharp, and Clay Christopherson. Had to wait. Wanted to see if the timing and scoring was going to update. It did not, and that is your official top 5 here tonight. So Kelly Wheeler having himself a wheeling and dealing time out there. Third heat race of the evening, and the final heat race will come to the life like this. He is your points championship leader, and oh boy, take a look at this one. A lot of fast drivers in this one. The 007 of Sam Bachman, the agent, will snag the pole here. To the outside of him, just hailing from well north of the border, car number 29J. That's Justin DeRosier. And back into the third spot, Rylen Banks, and car number 76 will roll from P number 3. And just to the outside of him, the 213 of Michael Vitale. Vitale in the 213 entry. Car number 27 of Sean Green will roll from the 5th starting spot here tonight. And Chad Lackey, car number 91, will start 6th. 7th here, deep into the field here tonight. The driver out of Syracuse, New York, driving car number 79. That'll be Dean Reynolds. And how about the Venom Racing? Number 9, he makes the call here tonight. That'll be Brian Lawson. Lawson in car number 9. That is your 8-car field brought to us by G Stone Motors. Race fans, are you interested or in the market for looking for a brand new Ford? There's only one place if you're up in the Middlebury, Vermont area. That's because G Stone Motors has you for all your certified Fords, locally owned, family operated up there in Middlebury, Vermont. We thank them for their continued support here with the 802 iRacing League here on the dirt side of things. And now let's sling a little bit of that dirt. The G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series, 3rd heat race of the evening. This time out of turn number 4. Light the fire. Here we go. It's the final heat race of the evening. Bachman tiptoeing down around the inside. Outside there, Vitale. DeRosier out there trying to get it done. Rylan Banks down to the inside of that number 76, the purple and white entry. Heard Dean Reynolds said that Banks was trying to steal his thunder with his paint colors. Lap 1 did go to Sam Bachman out front. Justin just behind. Vitale back there also. Lackey and Lawson there side by side. That's for the 4th and 5th position. Lawson holding that final position here with 5 to go. 5 remaining. Reynolds there. I was looking at it. I just made the comment that they're similar cars, and then wouldn't you know it, they just happen to be running side by side, and the colors are different tonight on the Reynolds machine. Reynolds has that blue on his number 79, the blue and the electric yellow. Banks has the purple and gold with white. They're all throwing me for a loop, race fans. Out front, everybody still chasing Agent Bachman. Reynolds trying to go to the outside there of Lawson. Lawson gives him a little bit of that Nerf bar. 3 to go for Dale. Little action here as Lackey's trying to get to the inside of Vitale. Vitale to the outside, 2 to go. Everybody chasing Bachman. Remember, Sam Bachman is the overall points championship leader in the Super Dirt Car Series passing points as the white flag is up, but by him starting on the pole, no points here tonight. Luck of the draw for the Bachman. Coming out of 4 for the final time, it'll be Bachman, DeRosier, Vitale, Lawson, and Lackey all making it in. Reynolds, Green, and Banks all going to have to go from, well, deep here tonight. We will not have that last chance qualifier that I was talking about, race fans. We have 24 drivers signed in who have taken laps here, so we're going to take those 24. We're going to take those 24 drivers straight into the feature. So Dixon, Wheeler, and Bachman all will have a good starting position here tonight for that 40-lap feature here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We'll take a quick step away. We'll get those national anthems played, and we'll be back here for that 40-lap feature here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
I'm Jake McDonough, one of the co-owners of Woodware. I work with Drew and my dad Brian, and we've been here for a long time. We have a great relationship with G-Stone Motors. They've always taken great care of us. I remember when I was a kid riding in G-Stone box trucks. The G-Stone service department has been great. They get us back on the road as soon as we need. If we don't have our vehicles, we're not doing business, and so they always make sure that we're able to operate, at our highest level. It's been a great relationship.
G-Stone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Welcome back here to the dirt track at Charlotte, putting the final touches on these 358 modifieds before we bring them out here for 40 laps. These drivers worked in the track just a little bit to put on a better show here tonight for all you race fans that are tuning in. Tonight here at the dirt track at Charlotte, 40 laps. That's right, big old 4-0. And then, well, after we wrap things up here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte, it only leaves us with one race remaining on the schedule. And that is up at the Oswego Speedway, where we put 100 laps on the boards. That's on April the 1st to wrap things up. And no, race fans, I'm not kidding. We're racing on April the 1st. And yes, we are doing 100 laps at the Oswego Speedway to wrap things up this season. I'm excited. The Oswego Speedway, last time we were there, put on one heck of a show. The last time we were here at the dirt track at Charlotte, well, that also put on a pretty good show. Dean Reynolds was able to walk away the winner that night. Will he be able to do it here tonight? Well, I guess Bachman was actually the last winner. Reynolds did pick up his first win of the season here also. So, who's going to be doing it tonight? Is it going to be the Bean or the Bachman? 24 drivers starting to populate here tonight, and this is your starting lineup brought to us by G-Stone Motors. Starting on the front row, a pair of 11s here tonight. Randall Dixon, car number 11, will start P number 1. To the outside of him in car number 11, that'll be Kelly Wheeler. Wheeler, remember, finished on the podium last week. Starting back into the third position here tonight, the 007, that'll be Sam Bachman, with Matt Barber right alongside him in the number 16. Mike Brewer, the Papa, in car number 39 here tonight, will roll from the 5th starting spot. And Justin DeRosier out there in car number 29 will start into the 6th spot. Anthony Roselli in car number 7 will go from the 7th starting position. Well, how about Cody Harris? Week in and week out, his name's starting to populate towards the top of the boards. Car number 20 will start into the 8th spot. Michael Vitale in the number 213 will go from the 9th starting position, while Shane Billings back in car number 17 will start in 10th. Starting into the 11th spot here tonight, Thunderbridge Racing number 28, that'll be Jeff Sharp. Brian Lawson in the Venom Racing number 9 will start into the 12th spot here tonight. 13th on the grid, last week's winner, the Big Scott. Scotty Rayome in car number 4 will roll from 13th. Car number 51, though, of Clay Christensen will roll from the 14th position here tonight. And Chad Lackey, car number 91, will start 15th. 16 starting place here tonight. Car number 67, that'll be Ty Dickinson. Back into the 17th starting spot out of Pennsylvania, the 2K of Harold Klump. And how about this driver, the hockey fan, car number 79 of Dean Reynolds, will start 18th here on the grid. 19th will be car number 99, that'll be Glenn Sharp. 20th starting spot here tonight, 09, that'll be Ted York. And starting back into the 21st spot, car number 27, that'll be Sean Green. 22nd will be Speedy Brissett, and that'll be Brandon Guerin. Back there in car number 4, and 23rd, 24th will go to Ryland Banks. That's your G-Stone Motors starting a lineup here tonight as we're ready to go. This time out of turn number 4. These 358 modifieds will come to life. It'll be Randall Dixon, Kelly Wheeler. The green flag is up, and we're racing in Charlotte. Great start by the front row, but it'll be Dixon, Wheeler, Bachman. Here comes Bachman way down, flirting with the Ute tires. Lap number 1 going to go to Randall Dixon. So Dixon leads the first lap here. The battle, though, for second. Bachman working down low. He's got Wheeler to the outside of him. Little beating and banging a little bit farther back. One bounced it off the wall. That was number 17 of Shane Billings. 3 wide, 4 wide. Action all over the speedway here tonight. Action at the front because here comes that 007. Bachman down low. He'll take the race lead down the back straight away. It'll be Bachman, Dixon. Here comes Brewer. He's working the bottom side also. Don't tell them they can't go 3, 4 wide here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Look at them because there they are. One down on the bottom, I believe. I'm looking at it. That's the 91. Chad Lackey was way low down there. Uh-oh. Couple of them up into the wall. That's the 09 up into the wall there. Ted York and somebody. Uh-oh. I wonder if he's breathing. There it is. The number 17. Shane Billings. You found a fine time to leave me, Wheel. Take a look. Watch that yellow number 17. What happened? Up into the wall, and then the 9. That is the 9. There's York in the 09. Lawson in the number 9 was also involved. Watch it again. Little contact there with Cody Harris, and then everybody scatters. See, Speedy Brissett also involved. Dean Reynolds, a little contact there. I believe Sharp also. So the caution flag flying here with just 4 laps completed here tonight in our feature. Well, you said it, Justin. Exciting every Tuesday night when these boys come here to sling some dirt. It is always exciting. When I said it's my favorite night of the week, I'm telling you, it's my favorite night of the week. Get out here to watch the 350A Modifieds and some of the best dirt racers we have here on the iRacing.com platform, all competing right here under the 802 iRacing League banner. Green flag will come back out here. It'll be 4 laps in the books. Bachman, Brewer, Wheeler, Dixon, Barber. The top 5 as we're back to racing. Right back to the racing action because Wheeler and Dixon side by side. And one of them had to check up there. That was Randall Dixon checking up. He'll lose a couple spots as he tries to get back down to the bottom. He'll find a home right ahead of that number 28 of Jeff Sharp. 1 lap back to green. And it is Sam Bachman out front. One driver getting close to that Ute tire. That was number 51 of Clay Christensen. Clay back here battling with the number 79. That was Dean Reynolds working the top side of the speedway. Went into the wall. Scott Riome was up into the wall there. Thought he had a hole, and then all of a sudden it was gone. And power drove that outside wall. Three wide momentarily there as Michael Vitale went to the outside to get around the number 67 of Ty Dickinson and Clay Christensen. Still side by side with that number 51 of Clay Christensen, though. Wheeler still trying to hold on to a top 3 running spot right now, but he's got Anthony Roselli, the runner, running right up and around the outside of him. The Van Sickle Electric number 7 now of Anthony Roselli moving into the 3rd spot, trying to chase down Sam Bachman and Mike Brewer, who have already started to gap the field there. You see the top 2 runner. Here comes Brewer. Brewer go down low. Bachman will go to the outside. Brewer stays right down around the bottom side, trying to find some bite at the line. It was Bachman, but down here into the corner, Brewer had it lined up for a slider and then elected just to run the bottom side. See what he does in 3 and 4. He'll go back catfishing down around the inside. Nothing doing that time. Brewer will now work back in line there behind Bachman. 67 of Ty Dickinson down low. That's because he's got the yellow submarine, the number 27, to the outside there. They were able to settle it out. A lot of these drivers know it's a long race here tonight. One driver out of shape. That was the 91, Chad Lackey. Going to lose a couple positions. Cody Harris at the back of the field here with Shane Billings. Both those drivers were inside the top 10 early. As we close in on the halfway point, still a lot of racing left to go here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Like, how about for the race lead? Bachman's down low, Brewer's to the outside, and look at Anthony Roselli. He is right there himself. Brewer now with command of this race as the caution lights are coming on. Caution lights are on. The 213 Michael Vitale is around. Looks like Sean Green, Scott Riome involved also. We'll see if that pass sticks there for Brewer. I think we're going to go back to the last completed lap. We will. So it'll be Bachman still holding on to the lead. What happened to the 213? Let's take a look. Watch the red car to the inside. That's the 213. Oh, him and Scott Riome get linked together. Ran out of room. right on board here. This is with Scott Riome. Ran out of room and a hard impact there. Brian Grant also getting a little piece of that one as he came by. So a couple of drivers going to have to go to what you would say is a little backup car. We were just talking about how the race lead was exchanging hands. Well, we'll go back to Sam Bachman. The last completed lap, it was still Bachman out front. It was Bachman, Brewer, Roselli as they hit the timing and scoring lines. Wheeler, Barber, Dixon, Christensen, Sharp, I believe is how we're going to line them back up, and being told 2 by 2 we'll go this time. So 2 by 2 the field has assembled. Pace truck in off the racing surface. We're going with 15 in the books after the second caution flag of the evening here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We're back green flag racing. Great restart there by everybody as they're all chasing Bachman. Bachman, Brewer, Roselli down the back straightaway. Clay Christensen still down on the bottom side, trying to get around the number 11 of Randall Dixon. Dixon falling a couple spots here before the halfway point in this one. See if he has a long run car. One car sideways towards the back. That was the number 20 of Cody Harris. Cody Harris was sideways. Scott Riome has dropped a lap to the race leaders. That number 4 is not on the lead lap. Lackey and Sharp, one up against the boards there. That's the number 9. Lawson was up against the boards, going to lose a handful of spots. Had just worked himself back into the top 10. Now back to running in the 14th spot. Been a quiet night for Speedy Brissett. He's just down around the bottom side. There's that 0-3. Started back in 20th. Nothing has changed out front. It's still Bachman, it's still Brewer and Roselli, Wheeler and Barber. As you see, everybody's just ripping the top side. First car to the bottom side. It's the mellow yellow looking real life machine there, the 51 of Clay Christensen. Dean Reynolds has picked up 10 spots, started back into the 18th position, now inside the top 10. Coming late in this one, he's got to get a move on it. Remember, he came in 25 points back behind Sam Bachman in the G-Stone Motors point standings here tonight. Has to have a good run, especially since Bachman is out front right now. Bachman's out front and Brewer's right there. Same with Roselli, and then a little bit of a break till you find Wheeler, Barber, and Dixon back here. 18 to go, halfway home in this one. Speedy Brissett still down low. They were 3 wide there again. That's the number 17 of Shane Billings back there. 0-9, there's Ted York, Sean Green. They're all under a blanket. One sideways, that's the 99 of Glenn Sharp. Sharp was sideways, was able to gather it back in. All the good battles happening right around this 15th position. See Ted York there making a few select starts this season. Billings back there. I'm sure he'll have a banging, and when I say banging, I mean banging to the point where the wheel fell off. Video coming up. One into the wall. Scotty Riome not having a night. He'll spin it down to the infield here. I think he'll be able to gather that one up and park that one to the infield. Uh-oh. Scott Riome back up the speedway right in front of the race leaders, and that's going to draw a caution flag. Cody Harris also slow on the speedway down the back straightaway. Those were the 2 cars that got together, and that's going to bring out the caution. Watch the number 4 of Scott Riome. See him up in the wall. Cody Harris nowhere to go. Riome spins it down here into the infield. Harris finds it up against the wall, and both drivers right in front of the race leaders trying to get it gathered up. right on board here at the Super Dirt Car Series onboard camera with Cody Harris. Harris had nowhere to go, and that's what happens. Trying to get everything you can out there hammered down when Scott Rione bounced it off the wall, came back down the speedway. Sam Bachman did not want to see that caution flag. We were closing in on the 10 to go. When we get 10 to go, that means we will go single file the rest of the way on the restarts. But right now, we're going to double them back up, so Bachman going to have to defend again. It'll be Bachman to the inside. That's the lane he chooses. It'll be Bachman, Brewer, Roselli, Wheeler, the top four drivers. It'll be Barber and Dixon, then Reynolds and Christopherson, the next row behind them. Lights are back on the speedway. Not everybody in line, so we're giving them another pace lap here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Pack that racetrack in just a little bit more, boys. Race fans, we got to thank you all here tonight for tuning in on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series presented by the 802 iRacing League. These drivers here tonight, just 2 races left. Well, what's left of this one and next week at the Oswego Speedway. We got to thank you, race fans, for the whole season here of supporting us and the guys over here at the 802 iRacing League, along with all of our friends over at G-Stone Motors. We thank the whole Stone family, the longtime supporter here, not only of ourselves, but also the league with the 802 guys. Got to thank Justin and Todd, all those guys back there. We got to thank everybody at the 802 series also. Dino and Rob, those 2 guys putting on a heck of a series here every year, along with Brandon. Not quite sure. We're still waiting to see some of these drivers get back in line. Not sure where the mix-up is back there. Looks like Glenn Sharp, or sorry, not Glenn Sharp, it'll be Chad Lackey and Sean Green were swapping of the positions towards the mid. We'll see if we get those dreaded lights to go out this time by. Lights seem to be out, so this time we're going to give it a go. At least drop the green flag, see if the scoring all shakes back out. The top, the top 4 rows we gave you still have not changed, so those are still identical. Bachman and Brewer on the front row here tonight, with it'll be 13 laps remaining. We're ready to go. Bachman says, chase me if you can to turn 1. Puts it right up against the boards and tries to run away with it. Brewer going to kind of throw it in there. They made it 3 wide momentarily. 12 laps to go. Everybody still chasing Bachman. Brewer was able to hold off the charge there from Roselli. And then Roselli couldn't get anything, so he went back to the top side as the caution lights are on. Caution lights are on, looks like, for Billings. So we're taking at least a lap off, and let's watch this replay. Looked like the 91, and Billings made contact, and oh boy. Oh boy. Let's watch it back again. Let's see. We see Billings into the wall. Harris was down on the bottom, made contact with the 27, and I believe that's Michael Vitale. It is. Nowhere for him to go, just the innocent bystander to the outside, and oh no, Billings collapsed another front end. Front end on that 27 kind of squared up also. So that's the fourth time the yellow has flown here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. It's actually more times that we've seen the yellow flag here tonight, race fans, than we did combined in the first two races that we were here at the dirt track at Charlotte this season. Ready to go, though. Lights are out. Getting the green this time by. Thumbs up. Yep, the lineup is correct. Bachman and Brewer. Roselli and Wheeler. Barber and Dixon is how they are. Ready to roll this time. Charge for the race lead. Here comes Roselli. He tried it. Not going to be able to get there. Here comes Bachman. Bachman is going to slide himself. He'll go all the way to the cushion. It'll be Bachman. Roselli did make the pass on Brewer. Here comes Brewer, though. Back down to the bottom side. Roselli going to chase him down there. He's not going to leave him a lane. It'll be Bachman off turn 2 as the race leader with Roselli. Here comes Brewer, though. Brewer trying. He wants the second spot back. Matt Barber just behind them. Now everybody goes back top side hunting. Bachman, Roselli, Brewer, Barber, Christopherson. Here goes Brewer. Brewer's going to go about a half a lane lower, see if he can get anything down there. Here comes Roselli. Roselli now going to go down into 1. He'll go low. He'll slide up in front of that 007. Bachman with a crossover, though. Bachman has the race lead back as they work into 3. Now Brewer's turn. Can he find anything down low? Brewer's able to pull even, but the momentum goes top shelf for Bachman. Brewer down low there, finding some bite. Bachman came off the wall that time in 3 and 4. 3 wide, this time out of 4. Looks like turns 3 and 4 have some bite contact at the front. Brewer made a little contact with Anthony Roselli and Bachman, and that's going to mess it up for the 39. He has now fallen back. He's lost P number 3. He's back there running in 4th right behind Matt Barber. This time by 5 fingers in the air to be 5 more times around the speedway. 5 more times for the agent of Bachman. It's Bachman, Roselli, Barber, Christensen, Brewer. The top 5. Does Brewer have anything left in the tank as he's trying to go around the outside of that number 51 and Clay Christopherson? Looks like he's going to be able to pick off that 51 for that position, but can he get any farther up? Can he get back to a spot where he can challenge for the race win? Lead out of 4, though, is Bachman Roselli. They're still separated by a half a car length. Dean Reynolds trying to creep up closer to the top 5. This time by, we see the old popsicle sticks. It'll be 2 laps remaining. Top 2 starting to separate themselves now. That's Bachman and Roselli. Then Barber and Brewer back there. White silk in the hand, and it is waving here. Final trip around the speedway here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Brewer with a slider on Barber. Barber with the crossover. Out of turn, number 3 and 4 picking up the win here tonight, though. It'll be Sam Bachman, Anthony Roselli, Matt Barber going to hold off the 39 of Brewer. It'll be Clay Christensen, Dean Reynolds, Kelly Wheeler. Coming across the line, unofficial results on the left-hand side of the screen scrolling. There's that 007 of Bachman having himself another victory here this season. That'll be the 5th win here for Sam Bachman this year. So as you see the drivers on the front straightaway, we're going to take a quick step away, and we'll be back here to the dirt track at Charlotte, and we will talk to the drivers that you just saw out there onto the raceway, and you will hear it from them.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Race fans, 40 laps of feature racing completed here tonight for 24 drivers in the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series here, and it came down to just a handful of laps. Couple slide jobs, and, well, maybe a couple, oops, I didn't mean to do that. But let's hear it from the drivers in the top 3 here tonight. Let's start things off with the driver that'll pick up another feature win. How about it, Mr. Bachman? You come home here tonight, P number 1, but they made you work for it.
Yeah, Anthony and Mike were pretty quick at the beginning or whatever and putting a lot of stress on me, and then Matt came into the picture and they were all pretty quick, so track was pretty racy though, so it felt pretty good.
When you come here to the Dirt Track at Charlotte, you're not too bad because this is the second time you've been in victory lane here. How hard is it, though, to pass? You got those bumps down the back straightaway, you got these wide corners, but how hard is it with that speed?
It's pretty hard. You just got to try to keep your momentum up and try to be as smooth and keep the car straight as possible.
Well, you were able to do that here tonight, so you picked the win up. Throw this one away. Already get it out of your mind. Because next week, we battle for a championship. You came in with a 25-point, I believe I have it written here, 25-point lead over Mr. Reynolds coming into the night. We're going to the final race at the Oswego Speedway for 100 laps. What do you got to do to secure this championship?
Just keep a clean car, be easy on the tires, and stay up front.
Sounds pretty easy.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Sounds better coming from you. It sounds easy. But hey, what do you say? We roll this red carpet out. We hand you the microphone. We let you go start practicing. But before you practice, who's on the side of this 007 that makes it look as good as it is and race as fast as it does?
I got to thank you, Roger, for doing the broadcast, and G-Stone Motors for sponsoring us, and all the boys over at FTM, Gunnar at Swan Speed Shop, Dean over at Super Dirt Car Series, Expert Installation, and that's it.
And that's it, he says. Cool, calm, just like a cucumber here tonight. The agent of Bachman goes back to victory lane, his 5th win of the season, 2nd here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Driver that'll finish just 1 spot behind him, a runner-up here tonight, Anthony Roselli. A great run for you, +5 here tonight in this feature. You had it running.
Yeah, I feel like last couple of weeks, or just on iRacing in the past couple of races, I've just not really gone my way lately. Had a really good heat race, so it kind of gave us a good starting spot there. Early on, I found a different line than I think what everyone else was running, kind of through the middle there, 3 and 4, and it seemed to really work. So I kept running it, and I was able to kind of pick guys off one by one there, and then I found myself in 3rd. Almost had Bachman on that first right before that first caution. I was on his outside, so maybe if that caution would have came out like 5 seconds later, it might have been different results, but I definitely felt like we probably had the fastest car out there today. Just really hard to pass here, especially in the 358, because they don't really have the power, and it gets to be that like kind of pushing the cushion slider line, but we'll take it. Definitely a really good night to kind of closing out the season close here.
Closing out the season, you're locked in a battle. You have the opportunity to get to 2nd next week if Dean Reynolds and Mike Brewer ahead of you have some issues. Do you think maybe Oswego is the track that fits your style, that you could possibly go get that done?
Oh, absolutely, especially when it kind of gets really slicked off. I find myself being really comfortable down there on the bottom. But it kind of was like that last time, so I'm kind of hoping it kind of leans that way. Hopefully Dean's listening. But yeah, no, I really think we have a good opportunity at Oswego to kind of get second. We just have to get a good qualifying effort, get a good heat race, which we've lacked the last kind of like 2 weeks, I feel like. But nonetheless, no, we're doing what we can and see what we can do next week with 100 laps.
Well, we look forward to seeing you next week, Anthony. Before we let you go, I know there's people on the real car and on the sim car that you got to thank.
Oh yeah, definitely got to thank you, Roger, and Turn 3 Racing Network and G-Stone Motors for kind of everything you guys do for this league. You know, you guys really make this league what it is. Got to thank Randy Johnson, iRacing Setups. Randy does a whole lot for me on iRacing. Van Sickle Electric, Hollywood Towing and Auto, 5L Enterprises, Mobile Metals, Loris Carbs, my fiance, my parents, they all watch. Yeah, pretty much all the homies on iRacing too.
There it is, the homies and the family here tonight for Anthony Roselli. He'll see what, well, if Dean parks the water truck next week on the infield and leaves it there, throws the keys away. Tonight,
hopefully.
Hopefully. Tonight, Anthony Roselli, P number 2. The driver that only picks up one spot, and there's only one other driver in the field that did that here tonight. But Matt Barber, you're the one that is sitting here on the podium. How did you pick up that final spot in the closing laps to wind up on the podium?
It really came down to that last restart. I got the jump on Kelly Wheeler. Finally, being behind him for most of the race, trying to get by him. I couldn't get lucky. I almost got by him there at one point, and then a caution came out, so I had to give it back. So I was getting a little frustrated, but you know, you keep trying, and you finally, you know, it works. I got a really good jump on that last restart, and that's pretty much how I got my position. So I'll take it. But it was tough racing. All race. I'm not very strong at Charlotte, I find. It's not my best track, but yeah, I just try to run as clean as I could and try and race as hard as I could with who I'm out there with. But yeah, I'll take another podium.
Well, they don't call you Mr. Excitement for nothing. This race started off like the Wild Wild West. There was cars everywhere. Where did you find that 16 ran the best here at the dirt track at Charlotte?
I kind of spent a lot of the race trying to figure that out. I found at the start of it, it was actually really good in the middle. And then I think the middle and the bottom, well, I mean, the bottom I think was the start, like the best at the start, because I watched, I believe Brewer and Bachman both just sail by everybody on the bottom in the first few laps. And then I think it burned off because I tried going down there and I got pretty sure I got blown by on the outside. So I don't know. Then I started searching around. And it started working pretty good in the middle, and then a slider line in 3 and 4. It was only in 40 laps the track seemed to change quite a bit.
Well, then for 40 laps here at the dirt track at Charlotte, what about 100 laps next week at the Oswego Speedway?
I am really looking forward to that. Actually, I love running Oswego, and I've had a 100 lapper go south in the last 5 laps, running third. I'd like to try and redeem that. So I'm actually really looking forward to Oswego. It's always been one of my favorite tracks on here.
Well, we can't wait to see you next week. But what do you say? Who's on the side of this? Probably one of the best wrap jobs I see out there.
Well, you got to thank Vertex Graphics for that, obviously. And Vertex kills it on every wrap that he does. He's done it a lot of cars in this field, actually. The whole top 4 at the start were all Vertex wraps, so that's pretty cool to see. Big thank you to G-Stone for putting this league on, and of course you, Roger, for doing the broadcast. You always kill it. And all my well, as Dean would like to say, my Team Canada buddies for being in this race and in this league and always helping out. You know, Rylan Banks, Chad Lackey, Shane Billings, and Justin DeRosier. Just having a good time. And of course, Tessy Mechanical and my girlfriend and my parents, and of course anybody watching. Thank you for watching.
There you have it. Matt Barber here tonight picking up that final spot in the closing laps. and he's looking forward to next week's 100-lap feature. You heard us talk to him. You heard us ask these drivers here tonight that finished on the podium, what do they think about going to the Oswego Speedway for 100 laps? The census is, they're all excited. I'm excited. I've been to Oswego one time with this series, race fans, and let me tell you, it was probably the best show we had all season long. That's not saying the others weren't good, because look at tonight here at the dirt track at Charlotte. 3, 4 wide racing, slide jobs, Ute tires down to the inside. They were all there tonight. We're going to see it next week. A track that these drivers are not as familiar with. A surface they don't know what's going to happen in 100 laps. And I don't even know what to expect at this other than good racing. So with that being said here tonight, race fans, this one's about in the books. Start to wrap the cords up because Sam Bachman is your winner. He'll take a points lead into the final race of the season. It'll be Bachman and Reynolds. Reynolds does rebound here tonight. 12 positions picked up for the driver out of New York. He'll finish into that 6th spot. But hey, race fans, what do you say? Join us next week when we do head to the Oswego Speedway for 100 laps in the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series presented by the 802 iRacing League. Race fans, until we see you next time, stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.
Everybody has some kind of a hobby, and seems that mine was collecting stuff. I've got to the point where I've had to get rid of some of this, and G-Stone Motors, they take anything in trade. I'd trade my Caterpillar D4D bulldozer for a pickup. I think it's great service for people to trade in something. The G-Stone Motors team is a great group of people that I would recommend to anybody.
G-Stone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.